Good morning everyone, I am Tutor Jb. In this video, I'm going to teach you the basics on how to add and subtract fractions. First, I'm going to show you how to add and subtract like fractions. Did you guys know it is called like fractions because the denominators are the same or alike? Okay, let's get right into it. The trick to adding or subtracting like fractions is if the fractions have the same denominator, we can just add them by adding the numerators together and keeping them the same denominator. For example, to add 1 half and 1 half, we just add the numerator. 1 plus 1 gives us 2. But we don't add the denominator. We keep the same denominator, which is 2. So that gives us 2 over 2, which is a whole fraction. Let's do a few more examples. Okay, let's do 3 over 16 plus 4 over 16. Again, since they are like fractions, all we have to do is to add the numerators. So 3 plus 4 equals 7. That's our numerator. Then we just keep 16 as the denominator for our answer. So 3 over 16 plus 4 over 16 is equals 7 over 16. It's easy, right? But what about subtracting like fractions? Does it work the same way? Yes, it does. If the denominators are still the same, all you have to do is to subtract the numerator and keep the same denominator. Here's an example of subtracting like fractions. 5 over 9 minus 3 over 9. First, we subtract the numerators. So 5 minus 3 is equals to 2. But we just keep the same denominator, which is 9. So 5 over 9 minus 3 over 9 is equals to 2 over 9. See? Adding and subtracting fractions with the same denominator is easy. But what about adding and subtracting unlike fractions? When one of the fractions denominator is a multiple of the other fraction's denominator, this is called finding the least common denominator. To find the least common denominator of the two fractions, we need to find the least common multiple of the two denominators. For example, 2 over 3 plus 1 over 4. First, we'll take the two different denominators and start making multiples on each of them. This will allow us to find the least common multiple on each denominator. It will be 3, 6, 9, 12, and so on. And for the other denominator, 4, 8, 12, 16, and so on. It is shown that they have the same number 12, which is their least common multiple. It will become our least common denominator, or LCD for short. Once we know the LCD, we have to figure out which whole fraction will we need to multiply to our unlike fraction by to get the equivalent fraction with that common denominator. So, 2 over 3. We'll be using 4 over 4 since 4 times our denominator, which is 3, is equivalent to our common denominator, which is 12. So 4 over 4 times 2 over 3 is 8 over 12. To our other fraction, 1 over 4, we'll be using 3 over 3 since 3 times our denominator, which is 4, is equal to our common denominator, which is 12. So 3 over 3 times 1 over 4 is 3 over 12. Since we've made it already into like fractions, we can just simply add it. 8 over 12 plus 3 over 12 is equals to 11 over 12. Also, in subtracting unlike fractions, we can just do the same step we did in adding unlike fractions. First step is to make multiples out of the denominators to find the least common multiple. After finding the LCM, make it your LCD. Since you made it already to like fractions, you just simply subtract it since the denominators are the same. Always remember, in adding and subtracting like fractions, if you have the same denominator, just simply add and subtract the numerators. But in adding and subtracting unlike fractions, just always find the LCM, make it your LCD, make it to like fractions, add and subtract the numerators. In learning, you only have two choices. Yes or yes.